Imagine waking up in a country where children are collapsing from hunger. Money is so worthless that people burn it for heat, and your entire nation is blamed, humiliated, and crushed. Now imagine someone whispering to you, "I know who did this to you, and I will fix it." That is not the story of a monster. That is the story of how monsters are made. So today, we ask a dangerous but necessary question. What made Germany become a monster? And more importantly, could it happen again, anywhere? Monsters are not born. History often tells us fairy tales. It tells us that evil appears suddenly. That one man, one ideology, one nation went crazy. But history is lying to you. Monsters are not born. They are constructed, brick by brick, by fear, humiliation, desperation, and silence. To understand Nazi Germany, we must first understand Germany before the monster. Germany Chapter 1. A broken nation, post-World War I. Germany did not lose World War I politely. It was crushed, humiliated, and bled dry. The Treaty of Versailles did three deadly things. Destroyed Germany's economy, destroyed Germany's pride, destroyed Germany's future. Germany was forced to accept full blame for the war. They had to pay massive reparations, money they didn't have. Factories shut down. Fathers lost jobs. Mothers skipped meals so children could eat, and still failed. Inflation was so extreme that salaries became useless. A loaf of bread cost millions of marks. People carried money in wheelbarrows. This was not poverty. This was national humiliation. Bread Chapter 2. Hunger creates anger. When people are hungry, they don't debate philosophy. They look for someone to blame. Germany became a pressure cooker. Veterans returned from war with no jobs, no respect, no future. Children fainted in classrooms from hunger. Old men froze on streets. And the government? Weak, divided, silent. Democracy looked like failure. Freedom looked useless. That is when dangerous ideas begin to sound reasonable. Performing Arts Chapter 3. The power of a lie told. Well, enter Adolf Hitler, not as a dictator, but as a storyteller. He did not begin with genocide. He began with hope. He said, "You were betrayed. You are not weak. You were sabotaged. Germany is destined for greatness. And most importantly, I know who is responsible." This is where the monster truly begins. Psychology of a scapegoat. Humans hate chaos. We prefer a simple enemy to a complex truth. Hitler offered enemies: Jews, communists, intellectuals, journalists, not with evidence, but with emotion. Fear plus pride equals blind loyalty. Once a group is labeled the problem, violence becomes solution. Propaganda. The real weapon. Germany didn't fall by guns first. It fell by words. Propaganda turned lies into daily reality. Posters, radio, schools, films. Children were taught who to hate before they learned how to think. Repeat a lie often enough, and it becomes truth. Silence becomes consent. Consent becomes participation. Obedience over morality. One of the most terrifying lessons from Nazi Germany is this. Most Nazis were ordinary people. They were clerks, teachers, doctors, engineers. They didn't wake up wanting to kill. They said, "I was just following orders. If I didn't do it, someone else would. It's not my responsibility." Evil does not require hatred, only obedience without conscience. Power without limits. Once Hitler gained power, opposition was crushed. Media was controlled. Courts were silenced. Fear replaced freedom. When power faces no resistance, it always becomes brutal. Always. The final transformation. By the time the world realized what Germany had become, it was too late. The monster was no longer just a man. It was a system. A system where killing was paperwork, death camps were industries, humanity was irrelevant, and all of it began with hunger, humiliation, lies, silence, warning. The real warning, most important part. This story is not about Germany. It is about human nature. Any nation can become a monster if people are desperate, leaders manipulate fear, truth is silenced, and citizens stop questioning. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it rhymes. Germany did not become a monster overnight. It was starved into anger, lied into hatred, and led into darkness, and the most dangerous lie of all, that it can never happen again. Because it can. Anywhere. Anytime. All it needs is silence.